Thomas Paine's Common Sense. During the first year of the American Revolution, not everyone in the 13 colonies believed that we should become a self-governing country, independent from England. Those who opposed independence were called Loyalists, meaning that they were loyal to England. Their motives for loyalty differed. Some Loyalists honored their oaths of allegiance to the Crown. They believed that to break their oaths and resist the king was to dishonor God. Some were colonial leaders who feared losing power and wealth in a revolutionary war. Some were Indians who feared losing their lands to the American revolutionaries. Others were African American slaves who sought freedom by helping the British forces. But most were common Americans who worried that the violent upheaval of a revolution would destroy law and order. Although Loyalists could be found in substantial numbers in most of the colonies, more colonists felt that they could never accept the restoration of British rule. Independence became more popular as the best solution to the crisis, and they had the support of great statesmen and legendary patriots like Patrick Henry and Thomas Paine. Patrick Henry dramatically fueled that flame with his historic speech to the Virginia Committee of Correspondence.
Gentlemen may cry peace, peace, but there is no peace. The war is actually begun. Is life so dear or peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God. I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death.
But if Patrick Henry first spoke of independence, it was Thomas Paine who created a groundswell of popular support when in January 1776, he published his widely read pamphlet, Common Sense.
Thomas Paine, in his document, The Common Sense, calls for that, calls for an absolute break from Great Britain, that there could be no relationship, that they could not continue on as a colony. So the significance by 1775 is that most individuals in the colony began to believe that the only thing they could do was absolutely create their own government.
Paine was arguing in favor of freedom and against the crown, against the king, against the authority of the king. He certainly disbelieved in anything even remotely approaching the divine right of kings. He was quite religiously skeptical, as a matter of fact.
Thomas Paine attacked British rule while promoting the rights of Americans to independence.
Society in every state is a blessing, but government, even in its best state, is a necessary evil. In its worst state, an intolerable one.
Paine was a fiery writer and a great, ardent advocate of liberty. He frequently got himself into trouble by his flights of rhetoric because free speech was not cherished as much then as it is now. But of course he was a fiery enemy of excessive government power, and that made him a friend of the American revolutionaries.
150,000 copies of Common Sense sold in a matter of months. 500,000 of the pamphlets sold in total. Although many Americans remained loyalists, Common Sense helped create a majority that favored independence. In July of 1776, this majority challenged the Continental Congress to adopt the Declaration of Independence. Thomas Paine's role in American history cannot be overstated. John Adams put it this way:
Without the pen of Paine, the sword of Washington would have been wielded in vain.